Alright, Halos, how's everyone doing? Welcome back. Sorry, this is kind of late. I feel like this is about a week late, maybe a little bit longer. But I am getting around to the patch 25.06 notes. I honestly thought I already did them, but I think I glanced over them because I just was really busy and didn't have time. But either way, we're getting to them now. Better late than never, right? So yeah, we've got a lot of new skins here, and there's actually a new game in the client as well. I can't remember the exact name. I think it's like the black, wait, what is it called? The Demon's Hand. Yeah, that's right. Because it's related to the Black Rose and all that. But yeah, anyways, let's get into this patch real quick. Looks like they did have some mid-patch updates on Fury though, on the 19th though. Looked like, I think just one day after it released. They released on the 18th, yep. So they nerfed her HP regen growth, and her base attack damage by 2, and then also her base health a little bit, and her base armor. So just all around nerfs on a lot of her base abilities and such. But yeah, this is obviously the quick highlights if you want to take a glance. Pause if needed. But yeah, so Vanguard LP refunds and new ban notification are some of the things happening in this patch. So cheaters suck, and encountering one in game has been widely quantified by scientists as a one-star experience. Wow. Excuse me. While it's satisfying to see cheaters get banned, playing against one can still leave an innocent player with a defeat in their match history and a bad taste in their mouth. Yep. And so, starting with 25.06, we'll be offering remedy for the former, and if Vanguard determines that any player lost a ranked game to an active cheater, will be refunding the LP loss as a result of that game once the cheater is suspended. So this is like a little screenshot of what basically will happen, and you get your LP refunded pretty much, and your rank, it'll show you your new rank as well, which is pretty cool. When a free refund happens, you'll receive a notification immediately or on your next login telling you that when the match occurred, how much LP you've been credited, and identifying your updated rank in beautiful, bold Beaufort, I think, lettering. So yeah, anyways, that's going to be pretty cool. Let's see, reporter feedback. Alright, yeah, and then the Demon's Hand is out, just kind of casually dropping an entire game, so that's pretty cool. First seasonal minigame is what they say, and it's basically a strategic turn-based card battling game, which is kind of interesting. I saw Necrit play some of it, and it looked pretty fun, but I'm probably going to suck at it. But I'll try to do a playthrough of it, at least the story mode. I know there's a couple harder modes as well. I'm probably going to suck at those, but I could try my hand at it. We'll see. But yeah, Honor, as we mentioned in the last dev update, we're going to start giving honorable players ways to earn up to 2 additional Hextech chests this act. Those honor chests will be delivered through missions. You'll be able to earn them faster the higher your honor level, so make sure to check your objectives panel. And then champion mastery, we're in this patch releasing our new champion mastery icons. So these are back, or not back, but like just updated again. We've made these updates based on requests from all of you to bring the emotes we introduced last year and more in line with their previous versions, while still giving them a fresh new look. As a heads up, we're still making some final tweaks to the color, texture, and audio of the emotes based on some PBE feedback, so expect those to come through next patch. For now though, color, texture, and audio. Okay. Enjoy showing off your hard-earned mastery in style. And then we have your shop. It's back until April 18th. So it'll be here for 2 patches, of course, because of that. And champions, the first change here is going to be for Caitlyn. So W, Yodel Snap Trap. Oh my goodness, I cannot speak. Sorry. Looks like it's down by 5 flat damage at every rank, but it's also down by 10% bonus AD scaling. Yeah, so a decent size nerf to Caitlyn's W, but I think that's fine. It's not going to be that insane of it. I mean, it's definitely large, but not like super crazy. Our Ace in the Hole also getting changed here. Looks like getting nerfed after level 1 by 25 damage, and then rank 3 of the ability is down by 50 damage. This is not really that much, just flat damage as well. So that's fine. That's not really that big of a deal. I mean, definitely hurts her a little bit, but it's fine. Quirky base armor going down by 3. Nothing too crazy, I don't think, but definitely hurts him a bit. Obviously more squishy that way, but I think he gets a decent amount of health, so it's not the end of the world or anything. Darius up next. Passive hemorrhage, monster modifier, damage modifier was 300%. Now it's 200%. So they're just nerfing his jungle clear speed. So yeah, there you go. And Draven is up next. Draven no longer gains in his passive 2 bonus duration stacks for every 6 kills. Oh wow. I don't think that's really gonna matter that much, to be honest. Every 6. Oh wait. Oh, every unit killed. Okay. I mean, I don't think they really needed to do this, honestly, but I mean, fair enough. I don't think that's a bad idea or anything like that. Oh, sorry. I thought I had something flashing in the background. Anyways, Ezreal is up next. So, base stats. Armor growth was 4.7, and now it's 4.2. That's fine. Not a big deal there. Fiora Q lunge mana cost is going to be 20 at all ranks instead of 20 to 40 based on rank. So, I mean, that's just a good buff for her. Nice buff for her. Not super big of a deal, but definitely, I mean, useful. Super nice for her, for sure. Garen's E Judgment damage on critical strikes was 175%. Now it's 150%. So yeah, just a little bit less damage when you're building crit on Garen from his E, which is fine. And then, good, definitely good. Gwen is up next. Her health looks like a bunch of changes here. So, health growth is down by 5. That's not that big of a deal. Base health is up by 30. Decent amount. That's good. Especially early game. It's always nice to have a little base health bump, but nothing crazy. Passive 1,000 cuts. Looks like the AP, the percentage of target's HP per 100 AP that you have is down by 0.05%, which is not really that big of a deal, but definitely a little bit of a nerf there. Damage to monsters modifier is getting halved in the flat department. It does have a plus 15% AP scaling, but yeah, it was 10 flat and now it's 5 flat damage to monsters as a modifier. So her jungling is a little bit worse for sure, or at least epic monsters and taking down them as well. Honestly, that shouldn't be that big of a deal though. Q snip, final snip damage is getting upped by 10 flat points at every rank. That's decent, and she does spam this out a little bit, so that's pretty decent. Of course, it means the maximum damage is also up by 10 points at every rank. And then W Hallowed Mist bonus resists was 22 to 30 plus 7% of AP based on rank. Now it's 25 at all ranks, so it's a little bit better than the first 2 ranks of the ability of W, but it is worse than the third, slightly worse than the third, and much worse than the 4th and 5th abilities, ranks rather. And it's also losing 2% of AP scaling, but honestly, I don't think that's that big of a deal, really. And obviously, it's a little bit of a buff to early game. Okay, E, skip and slash. Cooldown looks like it's going down by... Okay, wow. So it was 13 seconds to 11 based on rank. Now it's 12 to 8. So it's 1 second quicker at rank 1, and it is 3 seconds quicker at rank 5, which is pretty decent. And you do still have the cooldown refund as well, and it looks like it's getting buffed as well. So it was cooldown refund was 25 to 65% based on rank. Now it's 50% at all ranks, so it's pretty much better at every rank, except the latter 2, but not by much. And it's already getting that back. So yeah, big buff for the E, definitely. On hit damage was 15 flat plus 20% AP. Now it's scaling from 12 to 20 based on rank. Flat damage, and then it also has 25% AP, so plus 5% there as well. So just better. Yeah, her E is just really good now. I mean, even better than before, obviously. Okay. And then our needlework. So damage per needle, what do we got here? 35 to 95 was the old version on flat, plus 10% AP. And then now it's 30 to 90, so it's losing 5 flat damage at every rank per needle. And then it's getting nerfed by 2% of AP on the scaling there as well, so it's 8% instead of 10%. And then initial slow was 40 to 60%, based on rank. Now it's 60% at all ranks, so it's just a hard, what was the word I'm looking for? A stronger slow, I guess, at all ranks, including, it's the same as the final version, but at level 16 you're not really that worried about it, I don't think. I mean, it definitely is helpful, but yeah. Reduced slow was 15 to 25%. Now it is 25% at all ranks, so it's just getting the max version of the slow at all ranks for both forms. So yeah, I mean, honestly, to be honest with you, I think this is a buff, and Gwen's already relatively strong, so yeah, pretty nice for Gwen, actually, I would say, overall. Okay, Jarvan 4 is up next. So Q Dragon Strike, it's getting plus 10 flat damage at every rank, and then it's also getting an extra 5% bonus AD scaling on top of that as well, which is so pretty nice for Jarvan. I don't think that's a huge deal, but definitely is nice for him for sure. Jhin is getting changed on his passive here. So his bonus AD used to scale from 4 to 44% based on level, plus 0.3% per 1% critical strike chance, and that's getting changed to 0.35% per 1% crit strike chance, which is actually pretty nice. But nothing, I wonder what the math is there exactly, but yeah, definitely nice to get a buff on that. And then it also scales off of 0.25% per 1% bonus attack speed. Now it's 0.3% per 1% bonus attack speed as well. So just slight buffs to his bonus AD scaling, which is actually a very strong part of Jhin's kit, and actually one of his best parts, because it means he, even though people probably don't really necessarily consider him a scaler, he actually is a really big scaler based on his level, actually. So his level is incredibly important. It's important for him to get XP and lots of it. So yeah, anyways, pretty nice slight buff for Jhin. Jinx is up next. We got her her ultimate here. Looks like the flat damage is getting nerfed by 25 damage at every rank, and then the bonus AD scaling is down by 10%. So it was 165% to now it being 155%, and then everything else is unchanged here. So just a little bit of a nerf. It's definitely impactful, but nothing like insane. It's not going to make that much of a difference. And then Kai'Sa's up next. Base armor was 25, now it's 27, so up by 2. Base health regen was 3.5, now it's 4. So just a slight bump on her armor and health regen to be stronger. And then her R killer instinct is going down by 10 seconds at every rank on the cooldown, so it's pretty good. Pretty nice for her. And then Karma's up next. So Q Inner Flame is actually getting nerfed here by 10 flat damage at every rank. That's fine. She does spam it out a lot, and it is kind of oppressive at times, so understandable. I think that's fine. And then Kha'Zix is up next. Okay, interesting. Let's see. Passive. The bonus damage was 14 to 116 based on level, plus 40% bonus AD. Now it's 17 to 136, so just better at all ranks based on level, and it's also plus 10% extra bonus AD added on, so a total of 50% bonus AD now instead of the 40. And then E Leap is up next. Excuse me. Damage looks like the flat is unchanged, but the bonus AD is actually doubled here. So the leap damage, which you don't really use that much for the damage, but sometimes you do, it was plus 20% bonus AD, now it's plus 40% bonus AD, which is pretty large, honestly. So yeah, pretty good for him. Alright, Lilia's up next. E Swirl Seed, cooldown down by 2 seconds, so now it's 12 seconds. That's unfortunate for players that don't play Lilia. And then the damage is, only thing changing here is it's getting plus 10% extra AP scaling, so now it's 60% AP scaling. So yeah, just buffs for Lilia, pretty nice for her. Lucian is up next, and he is going on his E Relentless Pursuit. His dash was 19 to 14 seconds based on rank. Now it's 16 to 14, so it's getting 3 seconds shaved off level 1, and obviously subsequent levels are less cooldown as well. So it's pretty nice, really good for him, and obviously he can reset that even lower by using his passive to lower the cooldown there. So pretty useful for him. And then, actually, super nice, honestly. Master Yi is up next. So armor growth was 4.7, now it's 4.2, so just slightly squishier, barely at all though. Alpha Strike, his Q, the bonus crit strike damage was 75%, now it's 100%. So let's go, crit Yi is slightly better now, at least on his Q. So that's good. Good for him. Naafiri is up next, so it looks like we have a lot of changes here. The base stats here, we have health growth 120 to 105, so slightly down. Armor growth was 4.7, now it's 4.2. Obviously, these were mid-patch changes upstairs at the top of the almost upstairs at the top of the page when we started reading. So these are slightly different, but yeah. Base attack damage was down, or it was up by 2 actually, so that's big nerfed back down to 55 from the mid-patch update there. And then the AD growth was 2.1, now it's 2. So just barely changed there, but a little bit. And then passive, we are more max pack mates was 2 or 3 based on levels 1 and 9. Now it's 2, 3, 4, or 5 based on levels 1, 9, 12, and 15. So it just has more scaling now there, and she can have more pack mates. And the pack mate damage was 12 to 32 based on level plus 5% bonus AD. Now it's 10 to 20, so just nerfed a lot there, based on level, and then plus 4% bonus AD. And then pack mate health growth was 16, now it's 13. Pack mate armor and MR growth was 2, now it's 1.8. And then pack mate reduced AoE damage taken was 76 to 50%, levels 1 to 14. Now it's 76 to 55%, levels 1 to 15. Okay, reduced AoE damage taken. And then pack mate damage to towers was 25%, now it's 50%, so it's a lot better actually. Doubled actually. And then who's the real monster? Pack mates now deal 165% damage to monsters. Okay, so giving her basically a modifier for jungling if she so chooses. And packmate taunt duration was 3 seconds, now it's 2 seconds. Okay, that's good. That's actually really nice. And then for players that don't play her, I mean. Let's see, 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. Q Darkened Daggers. Damage to minions was 60%, now it is 80%. So a lot better there. Pretty good for her. And then W Call of the Pack, Lost in the Pack. So Naafiri and her packmates gain 1 second of untargetability on cast. Oh, that's interesting. Bonus AD was 5, 15, 25, plus 8 to 24% of AD. Now it is plus 20% of AD. Note, this is now granted on cast. Oh, okay. And then extra packmates was 2, 3, and 4, and now it is just 2. And then buff duration was 15 seconds, now it's 5 seconds. And then bonus movement speed was 70 to 100% decaying over 4 seconds, reduced upon taking damage. It is now 20 to 30% for 5 seconds. Note, this is now granted on cast. Okay. And then cooldown was 120, 110, and 100 seconds, because basically this was the old ultimate, and then so her W and her ultimate are being changed now. So yeah. Anyways, what was where was I at? Okay, yeah, cooldown. So now the cooldown is going to be 20 to 18 seconds instead of the longer ultimate cooldowns. And then the mana cost was 100 because it was an ultimate, and now it's 60. Removed, the Call of the Pack no longer grants Naafiri a shield, a pulse of vision, and will no longer reset the abilities buffs on takedown. Packmates will no longer gain bonus health and cooldown. Our Hound's Pursuit, which is what we swapped these with, so teaching an old dog new tricks. If Naafiri scores a takedown within 7 seconds, she reveals nearby enemies and can recast this ability once. The second cast grants her a 100, 150, and 200 plus 1.5% bonus AD. 1.5 bonus AD. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be percent or not. Shield. Ooh, sorry guys. My bad. Let's get back. Flashbang. My bad, bros. Anyways, shield for 3 seconds. And the second cast, it says. Cooldown was obviously the old W cooldown. So now it's 110, 95, and 80, which is just better than it was, for sure. seconds, so that's pretty good. And then mana cost was 70 to 30 based on rank. Now it's just 100 flat, obviously, because it's an ultimate. And then range was 700 to 940, and now it is just a flat 900 units at every rank instead of per rank. Also, damage was 30 to 190 plus 80% bonus AD plus 10% per pack mate. Oh, that's interesting. Now it is 150 to 350. Obviously, because this was her old W damage. So now this is the ultimate damage. So it was 150 to 350 based on rank, plus 120% bonus AD, and then plus 10% per pack mate. So, yep. Yeah, it's just better, obviously. And then you can run. This ability is no longer blockable. Interesting. And then big dogs only. Oh, right, because this is the ability that just, like, shoots you to your target. Kind of just a dash. Like one-shots. Not really one-shots, but yeah, it does a lot of damage. So yeah, the big dogs only. This ability can no longer be cast on minions. Yep, that makes sense, because it's her ultimate now instead of her W. So yeah, overall, kind of nerfs to her, but kind of shifting around some stuff, and I think it's a better place for her to be, but definitely going to be interesting. I'm not sure how Neferi mains, if they exist. They probably do. I'm not sure how they would take this update, if they like it or dislike it. Honestly, I don't know. But yeah, alright. Poppy is up next. Q Hammer Shock looks like, what do we have here? Captain Monster, health damage, monster, okay. Is actually higher than it used to be, so okay. Does more damage to monsters, basically. Maximum monster damage is also higher. Okay, cool. Yeah, pretty good for Poppy's Q. Okay, I guess they want her to be a little bit more of a jungler, possibly, or at least be a little more viable in there. Singed is up next. So basic attack speed is getting changed here, and the note is this is equivalent to gaining 12% attack speed at level 1. So it was 0.625, now it's 0.7. Pretty good for him. Health growth was 99, now it's 96, so a little bit less tanky per level. And then Q Poison Trail. Respect the dibs. If a minion would die to another minion while affected by Poison Trail, Singed gets the kill credit instead. So basically, you don't just lose the gold to minions if in case the tick was on the wrong, well, tick, I guess, or second, or millisecond or whatever it was. But yeah, this is honestly a super nice quality of life change. Kind of surprised they haven't done it already, and honestly, low-key, I thought it may have already been the case, but yeah, evidently not. So yeah, there you go. Pretty good for him. E-Fling is also getting changed here. It looks like everything's unchanged except the AP scaling was 60% AP, now it's 55%, so down by 5%, which is nothing crazy, but definitely something. So yeah, alright. Overall, maybe slight nerfs for Singed, but definitely that's honestly a pretty big buff as well. Yeah, anyways, Smolder's up next. Jak'Sho. So, glob damage looks like it is up, actually. Well, especially early. So it was 30 to 110 flat. Now it's 60 to 100. So it's doubled at level 1, the damage, but on the glob at least. But the it's down by 10%. Flat damage at rank 5, which is not that big of a deal. And then AD scaling, bonus AD scaling is unchanged there. The explosion damage was 30 to 110. Now it's 10 to 110, so that's nerfed quite a bit, at least early. And then the bonus AD scaling was 60%, and now it is 65%, so it's just a slightly better damage. So overall, I would say I would consider that a buff, to be honest. And then E flap. Damage per bolt was 5 to 25 plus 25% AD. Now it is 10 to 30 plus 30% of AD. So pretty good. Pretty nice buff for there. And then Mom is also getting buffed as well. The cooldown was 120 seconds flat. Now it is 120 to 100 based on rank. So it's down by 10 seconds at each rank basically. So yeah, pretty good for him. Just nice little touches, nothing huge, but definitely good for Smolder. Twisted Fate is up next. The base armor was 21, now it is 24. So just slightly tankier, which does kind of suck. I do think he's actually relatively tanky already, so yeah, kind of interesting for sure. but that's okay. Either way, Xin is up next. Let's go. We get a Xin buff here, or at least a Xin change. So Q3 challenge strike. The bonus damage from each hit, so this is 3 hits of this actually, was 16 to 68 plus 40% of bonus AD. Now it is 20 to 80, so it's up by 4 points at level 1. 6, 8, 10, and 12. So yeah, it's up just a little bit here and there. So it's nothing really super crazy, but it's definitely nice that they are giving him a little bit of love, even though he's relatively popular. He is getting picked in pro a bit, so interesting. I don't really agree that he is good enough to be in pro all the time, but you know, sure. If they can make it work, that's good for them. So yeah, super nice that we're getting a little bit of buff for Zin for sure. I am happy about it. All right, even though it is small. Yorick is up next. Morning Mist. Capped monster health damage was 300. Now it is 70 to 110 based on rank of his E, it looks like. So yeah, just kind of a nerf to how fast he takes stuff in the jungle for sure. I believe this also counts towards like epic monsters like bear and dragon, stuff like that, so that's also nice that you can't one-shot him quite as quickly. Alright, Cyrilda's Grudge is the first item here, and that concludes our champions for the changes here. So yeah, armor pen is up by 5%, now it's 35% instead of 30, and then ability haste is down by 5 points. Well, that's not that big of a deal, and the 5% armor pen is a pretty good chunk, pretty nice. So yeah, really nice buff to Cyrilda's in my opinion. Warmogs is our last item change here. Gold cost was 3,300, now it's 3,100, so down by 200 gold, which is really good. Warmog's vitality was gain bonus health equal to 10% of bonus health from items. Now it is gain bonus health equal to 12% of bonus health from items. So just a nice good buff there for Warmogs. Still not as good as it has been, but yeah, it's definitely situational. It's pretty good. Definitely makes it a little bit nicer. So yeah, systems are up next. So we have anti-lane swaps. So we implemented our anti-lane swap patches or swap changes last patch. We wanted to affect regular play as little as possible while also removing lane swaps from first stand. We're tuning the system to further reduce the impact on regular play by alleviating the frequency and severity of the lane swap debuff. So yeah, there you go. Start time on anti-lane swaps, it was 1:30, now it's 1:35, so 5 seconds later. End time in top lane is 3 minutes now instead of 3:30. End time in mid lane is 2:15 instead of 3:30. And then minion gold / XP penalty. Interesting. It was 50%, now it's 25%. And the alert improvements: if you're about to trigger lane swaps on your teammate, the warning message was now clear that you're about to trigger lane swaps but haven't done so yet. And then bounties are up next. Gold lead detection time was 14 minutes. Now it is 6 minutes. Note, objective bounty timing unchanged at 14 minutes. Okay, so yeah, at 6 minutes into the game, instead of starting at 14 minutes into the game, is when it will detect whether one team has a gold lead or not. But the objective bounties is still 14 minutes. That's just for like for personal bounties for getting kills and stuff, basically. Excuse me. As well as I think it accounts for farm as well, because I did play a game. I was able to play one game last week, I think, and I noticed I didn't get any kills, but I got a shutdown. Someone shut me down, even though I don't even think I really had that much of like a farm lead or even that good, but yeah, I got shut down even though I didn't have any kills, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, anyways, bounty suppression by lead severity was 0 to 100% based on something. Now it is 30 to 100% based on something. Not really clear. Okay, and then Otacon, we overshot with tower dive adjustments on Otacon's form selection, so this patch we're readjusting the calculations so Voracious can actually exist in games for solo queue players. So yeah, increased Otacon form thresholds by around 10%, so that's kind of interesting. It says thresholds, so I'm not sure if that means both of them or just the one, because if it's both of them, that wouldn't really change anything then, right? But yeah, anyways, that's it for the normal changes. There's arena changes here. Definitely look at the stuff and pause if you want to read that, or you can go to the link in the description that I'll have of the patch as well. So there you go. Let's see. This is all still arena. Definitely pause to read, or like I said, go to the description if you want swift play. So Baron buff now scales up from 15 to 30 minutes. Now Elder buff now scales up from 15 to 30 minutes as well. So yeah, that's some swift play changes. Mythic shop update. There's some stuff happening here. Definitely pause to read if you're interested in that stuff. The Sanctum and Quantum Galaxy Slayer Zed. They are delaying the San Nuzal Mordekaiser skin, and they're going to be extending Quantum Galaxy Slayer Zed's banner till the next banner item rotates in. So there you go. A little bit of extra time to get the Quantum Galaxy Slayer Zed if you want. Prestige Battle Academia Kiana. Okay. Icon border. Okay, so they're fixing something there basically. Alright, and then Black Rose Beats. The Black Rose arrives on Summoner's Rift later this patch, or this patch rather, and with them some music changes. So if you're interested, make sure your in-game music is turned on. So there's new stuff for that, which is pretty cool. Alright, and then bug fixes and quality of life changes as always. Just pause to read this stuff because it can be actually quite useful. Just kind of skim it if you need to, or look for your champion specifically. But definitely pretty nice stuff that can always be changed here. Alright, just kind of skimming it real quick. Okay, and then that's it for the patch pretty much. So we have Battle Academia Kane, which kind of looks like most of the rest of his skins, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of interesting. Is that Aatrox, or is that what is that? Who was that on the left? I'm actually not sure. And who's that on the right? These look like they both have scythes. That's interesting. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, Battle Academia Rakan and Battle Academia Xayah are here as well. There's been a lot of controversy about some of these, especially the Xayah one. But yeah, interesting. Pretty cool. And then Prestige Battle Academia Kiana. Okay, this is the skin. So this is actually just coming out. That's kind of interesting. Is that Kiki or Chi-Chi? I don't know. But yeah, anyways, that should be wrapping up the patch notes here. Thank you guys for watching as always. And then if yeah, I'll see you guys in the next patch, which should be in about a week or so. I might be a little bit late on it because I am moving actually, so wish me luck. And if you don't mind, leave a comment down below with saying what is your favorite part of the patch. I much appreciate it, and if you can, you don't have to obviously, but if you can like and subscribe, I would very much appreciate it. But either way, I'll catch you guys in the next part and see you all there. Peace.